How is this transition period feeling for you? A little bit hectic, world a little bit crazy? Well, it is for me. So let's talk about this, and specifically the Earth timeline shift. Now, what is that all about? It's the idea that there's not just one Earth, but that reality happens in like little bursts of light. So every movement, every movement is like a frame. Every bit of movement is millions of frames. So almost like a movie. So the idea is that you can jump from one movie to the other. So time looks linear, but all you're looking at is one timeline consisting of billions of slices of reality, each of which remains still literally like a piece of film, right? And the idea is that in this time specifically, we have an opportunity to shift timelines that Earth is splitting. So there will be a timeline where people can continue with the way Earth has always been run, that is with domination and control. And then now's a chance for a timeline splitting off, which is what we could call a new Earth timeline, which is more 5D, which is more about love, cooperation, and exploring something new, and meeting like-minded souls, can I say, from the greater galactic community. So which Earth do you want to be on? If you're on this channel, I'm guessing we want to be with the new Earth timeline. And you don't have to believe in timelines and that, but what I'm going to say will help you understand that, but it's also, you don't have to believe it. It'll just help you navigate this shift, or this shifting world that we're in right now. Okay, so you want to jump onto the new timeline. You don't want to repeat the mistakes of the past. You don't want to live with war, domination, control anymore. How do we do this? I'm going to show you that it's quite simple. I'm going to run through, I've got 5 things you can do here. So let's consider them. They're not too difficult, but they can be challenging. Right, number 1. Bashar's 5-step process. This is what he says is all you need to shift timelines, and it's his 5-step process which he offers for everything. And I think it's really good, so let's try it. Step 1, act on your excitement. And excitement means whatever's most interesting for you in the moment. You do this for as long as you can, and as best as you can, until you can do so no more, while absolutely letting go of all expectation of outcome and remaining positive no matter the outcome. And the last step then is to examine your beliefs that no longer serves you. Now that's quite simple, but there's a lot in it that one can unpack. First, just follow your excitement. That's like the simplest part. Excitement can be a low key, like go for a walk. Starts there, go for a walk, have a sleep, chat with a friend. Whatever it takes to lift your frequency just a little bit. And everything you need to know will really be contained within that. If you just follow your excitement. And then the rest of the steps are about cautions, really. So you follow it as long as you can, but you are aware of when to let it go. Because sometimes some paths, no matter how much you love them, they're not meant to last forever. They're just temporary. Then you let them go. The important thing for us is let go of the outcome. This can be very challenging, but we're letting go of outcomes. We're letting go, and we're having to do this in all aspects of our lives now. Part of the shift is letting go of outcomes, letting go of how we think our life should be, where we think we go. We don't know. The mind is absolutely overwhelmed at this point. That's why we're feeling stress. So let go of outcomes. Choose to remain in a positive state no matter what happens. That is challenging, but very good. So you see, in this little formula is like a whole spiritual program. So whatever happens, it's learning. Your plans don't work out, it's learning. You don't know how your plans should be. The mind thinks it knows, but it doesn't. You can practice the law of attraction until the cows come home. But if it's not in your vortex already, if it's not for you, that thing will not manifest. Because maybe it'll make you addicted to more substance. So we're letting go of substance now. Okay, so follow that formula. You can look up Bashar, 5-step formula, it's all over. Very nice. Step 2 is become an intentional being. Now, my sense is that the new human will be an intentional being. The old human is a tribal, survival-based being. Think about how it's been till very recently, and still quite a lot now. You worked hard, got a job, got married, had kids, retired, hopefully died with some money, and had a relatively good life. We're now seeing the absolute collapse of that. We can no longer pretend that is the way that things are going. We criticize boomers, and I know there might be boomers here. We love boomers as well. I'm almost one. But that lifestyle that many of them enjoyed, we know has collapsed. My dad enjoyed it, but I have not enjoyed it. I've fallen on the Gen X side of things, and right from the 90s, I already saw that work was collapsing, marriage and children. I thought, things are not going this way. I want to be intentional. I'm going to live my life according to my strange passions. And I followed those instead. It's not always been easy, but that is but intentional. So now it's becoming more. So if we look at the news now, there's a lot about demographic collapse, people not having kids, not getting married, all of this. So within that, I see some very positive signs that the people are choosing for themselves. That means they're becoming intentional. So I would say become intentional about everything, from the food you eat to your partners, like a relationship. Do you need a relationship? What do you want in your relationships? Do you want children? Are you called to it? If so, that's your bliss. Follow your passion, your excitement. If not, consider what else. It's important that you have a child of some sort, which could be a creative endeavor. That's how it's been with me. Creativity and close relationships with few people. So you're intentional. For us now, it is buying organic when possible, recycling, being kind to people, being smiling at service personnel, making an effort to make someone's day nice, even if I'm not feeling great. Small things like that will shift it, because now you're voting. You see, voting with your energy. You're voting with your intention. This is the new human that I'm intentionally enacting in the world, even if nobody notices it. Step 3 is big. Integrate opposites to collapse polarities. So the old earth is based on polarities: good, bad, domination, control, servants, hierarchies. There are lots of people who really like that stuff and want it, and it serves them because, and listen, it serves us. We are, no matter how spiritual you are, there's a part of you that wants to rise up a hierarchy, even if it's in a spiritual community. So that's something to bear in mind. So we have to integrate these opposites. They're coming out even more now. We've got red versus blue, libs, conservatives, libs and Dems at each other's throats. It's crazy. Men and women absolutely at each other's throats now. If you go on YouTube or anywhere, you'll see men going their own way, women going their own way. Part of that is healthy because it's unplugging us from the system. Remember about being an intentional person. Now we unplug. So men and women must unplug from each other and from the system that said you've got to marry, have kids, have a job, provide, be subservient, whatever, all that stuff. It no longer works. So we've got to unplug. That's the good part. What I'm also seeing is some negative in that we are pulling too far apart again and new polarities are being created. So young men now are quite vulnerable and going down dark incel type routes. That's not healthy. You need to pull back before it gets there. Women probably having something similar. So you want to withdraw into yourself to reconnect with your true values, what you really want. And then you need to come out and face the world. Be in the world again with a new you. Point number 4 that we can do: integrate emotions. So this is related to the above, where I say integrate opposites. Now we integrate emotions. Wow, this is quite difficult, but so necessary. Because what we do is we split off good feelings from bad. I have to raise my frequency. I can't feel negative. The new human is the full emotional range. So we've got to go in and feel the pain. There's a lot of pain. But the pain points the way to something beautiful, which is your soul, which is your essence. So you can think of the essence, a beautiful white light radiating from you. It's got little holes or little blocks in it. and it goes up to the surface where the ego is. The ego runs around, hits a bump, feels pain. What does it do? It tries to do something to get something that will fix that hole, but doesn't realize that the hole can only be fixed right at the bottom layer in your essence by owning an essence quality of the soul. What do? You've got to feel every emotion and breathe into it and explore that. So, for instance, you might feel anger at something in the world. So what do? You get on and make an angry post on social media, but instead rather just feel that, integrate it, feel it all the way through, and underneath that you might find a different emotion. Maybe it's sadness. Sadness is often underneath anger. When you're in touch with sadness, when you feel that is like a more true because it's deeper emotion, it will tell you what it wants to do. Maybe there's something you need to care for yourself more. Maybe you miss something that is missing in your life that you can bring in. And if you just rest deep into that, then you feel the beauty. That's the peace beyond understanding. That's the kingdom of heaven. You get to it by following the dark feelings, letting them be as they are, letting everything be as it is. In fact, that's everything I teach mainly now. Let everything be as it is, follow the feelings. You'll arrive at the kingdom of heaven. It's there at the bottom of those dark feelings. Okay, that's integrating emotion. Guys, I don't want to make this sound scary, like you really have to be brilliant at this. You just have to start. You just have to be willing. You just have to do one thing where you sit down and feel and breathe into your pain. If necessary, get a coach, get therapy, do those things. That is enough. Because you're being intentional, you're following your excitement, you're integrating emotions, you're integrating opposites. That's huge. Don't denigrate the small things that you do. Another thing to integrate in this time is the feeling of helplessness, overwhelm by this change. I feel it every day. I have to get out of bed and meditate for quite a while just to get centered, just to find the peace and joy again. Because sometimes the world, I just don't feel like going there. I don't feel like pitching up at the desk. It seems too much. So what I do, I sit with it. I sit with it. And then something gives way usually. And just, peace. So that's what I'd love for you to experience that for a little bit, that peace. That will take you far. Okay, what else have I got? My last point, number 5, the mirror. Look at life out there as a mirror that reflects you. I know this is a huge concept. I don't even fully take this on board, but you just have to be willing. And the main thing to get here is that when you want the face in the mirror to smile, you don't go to it and try and pull up its cheeks. You smile first. That's all. That's all you have to take from that metaphor. That's also one of Bashar's metaphors. It's very good. It'll take you far. You don't have to understand it all. So you go out in the world and you smile first. When you do that, you're following your excitement. You're being intentional. You're integrating emotions, polarities. You're finding the place within you that knows something of joy. That is the beautiful part of your soul. That is the beauty of your soul. And the world will force you to own that and to smile from there. When the world is crazy and you're not feeling great, that's the best time to find the place within you that can smile. It can be as simple as going for a walk, smiling at a stranger, smiling at the stressed girl at the checkout counter. Then you will smile too. And that way, you will be on the new earth timeline. And once again, do not expect outcomes immediately. You might be totally ignored, but you are voting with your energy. You are doing the work. That's all that's required. I've given 5 steps here, but you can do any of them, one of them. Let this be just a seed, a few ideas for you to try. And then do let me know in the comments how this goes for you. Do you have any points that you can add that you think people should do to be on the New Earth timeline? And of course, if you like this video, do like and subscribe and stay tuned for more. All the best with New Earth Timeline.